What's up, kids? It's Barney here. I'm here from the future to tell you guys that there's going to be 27 of the top 32 decks as Zoo. So, what's up, guys? MCool40 here. I finally wanted to sit down and talk about YCS Seattle and the things that should be happening this weekend, things like that. But you guys heard it right first. I'm predicting 27 of the top 32 to be some sort of Zoo variant. I tell you what. Terrible voices. So I know that's shooting very high. It's including the Zoo variant for Metal Foes, Pure, and Kaiju in some variant. If it's going to top, it'll probably have Zoo in it. You also have the one straggler Infernoid deck that can somehow survive 11 rounds of Swiss. And including Paleo in some shape or form, and to a lesser degree, probably, maybe Heroes, maybe DDD, I don't think Water's going to make it, but we'll see. Also, short little detour here, I do have a Patreon set up, to those of you that are like, hey, you should get some new shirts. I would love to have a pink shirt for these videos, that way I could be more than Blue Shirt Robbie, Red Shirt Robbie, and fucking Grimace and Barney on some days. So yeah, you guys should definitely check that out. It definitely would help out the channel a little bit in terms of other things. So keep that in mind. But back to the purpose of this video. 27 of the top 32. I was originally going to say 28, and then I sat here and I'm like, damn, if an Infernoid player can stack all day, he might get really fucking lucky and make his way to the top. Now, I'm not trying to discredit anyone going into Seattle, but if you're playing some sort of 60 card brick, well then, kudos to you. And that also goes for this low-key 40 card Infernoid Zoodiac that's running around. Everyone's expecting the Kaiju variant and the Metal Foes variant to be the strongest showing. Obviously, Metal Foes make such a large board, and then Kaiju just go second and do what they need to do. And then you have Pure, which kind of, I guess, it functions in the middle. It can kind of do what Kaijus can do, going second. And then over here we have, 60 card Zoo with Infernoids. Like, Zoo literally just goes in everything. And I think we could even see 60 card Paleo Zoo. I know we even saw Burning Abyss Zoo this week and ended up topping a regional that John has posted. And it's just fucking ridiculous to see. Like, literally, Zoo makes every deck consistent. Konami successfully created an engine in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That fundamentally sits here and can do first or second. And for the first time in a very long time, we actually have a deck now that can optimally go second, and that is the Kaiju variant. Okay, let's take a break here for a minute. So you're telling me that I can actually have a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I can break a board and go second? No fucking way, man. It was kind of like the secret of last format was, do I shift gears and go into first, or do I shift down and go second? Based on our card choices. Well, Kaiju Zoo, it's like, Kaiju Zoo kind of sucks ass going first. I don't care what anyone says. I've seen some of the worst hands ever, like, seeing that deck. So, as my PlayStation 4 reminds me, thank you, PS4. What are going to be some of the tech choices? Well, we've already seen the, number 98 Antiopian with 3 full Force viruses in the side deck. It was really cute. Obviously, Anti-Spell is going to start to see a little bit less play. It's going to be more of a side deck card, more than anything. ABCs, I believe, are going to be going more towards the Sanctum play. If you're playing Zoo, don't be underestimated what the fuck a Dragon Buster can do to you with a barrier behind it, because that shit will fuck you 7 ways from Sunday. And, obviously, they can't always open up Dragon Buster, but on the 1/1000th of a chance that they have the fucking nuts. They have the nuts. It's not like 1/1000th, but you guys know what I mean. The really cool thing about this format, though, is, Ogres being mained So if a hanger does show up on a board, then, well, when you equip, I'll ogre it. I mean, like, sucks to suck, for that player. But it's, you have to be aware that there are way more things now. And with Maxine not at 3 in the TCG, you really need to be a little bit more aware of the plays that you're making, because you can't punish your opponent for it, and it's kind of making C a little bit more of a sarcastic card, unfortunately, because you don't have super access to it at all points in the game like you should, because you have to actually hard draw it. And I think out of like all the playtesting I've done so far, it doesn't happen as much as you think it does. But having 2 ogres and 2 of the Max C in the main, it's been pretty good in the TCG. You also have to remember we have Terratop running around at maximum strength. So, but it's, as for an exact breakdown for Zoo variants between Pure, Infernoid, and all the other fucking shit going on into this weekend's meta, I definitely think Kaiju will probably be the most represented. Most of the variants are maining the 4 Kaijus and the 3 Slumbers. So, Metal Foes will probably be either the most represented or the second most, obviously, in comparison. You'll see a couple of Pure make their way in. You might also see some of them doing like what John posted this week. Like they'll side Bearman to optimally for every rogue deck, depending. ABC will squeak in. I don't think ABC is going to have much of an influence this weekend as players think it's going to. I mean, it's still very good for budget players if they had their barriers. They can still flood out anti-spell to handle the Metalphos version. But you still have to remember, Zoo is, like, at worst, like, you end on fucking Dryden Emerald and plus 1 off of a Barrage, and you deck thin to, what, 3 cards? It's pretty insane what you can fundamentally do with that. Now, for every person that's out there, it's like, what do I side? I don't know what you need to like be worried about. Like Ghost Ogre at the appropriate time, D Barrier, Solemns, Emptiness. I think I mentioned D Barrier. DD Crow, Max C. You have plenty of ways to contain this. The problem that you have to ask yourself at this point is, am I siding so much and over-siding to try to draw these cards that I'm diluting the consistency of my own deck? And I think a lot of people tend to overside, but with Ogres already in the main, I've talked about this theory before. You can further side deck. You're already bringing your hate game 1. You're sitting down because you don't want to risk losing game 1. And for game 2 and 3, you can further bring in more hate, or you can shift the gears of your deck to go first or second. And that's one of the cool things I saw about the list that I was playing Bearman, was you can optimally choose how you want to, I guess, do your game plan. You can sit here, you can be like, alright, well, if I'm playing against not Zoo, I don't have to worry about recycling. I can get more netted resources. If I'm sitting down across a Blue Eyes player, you bring in the Kaijus, if you're not already maining them. If you're playing Pure, and you're like, are you playing the Amorphage Lock? Amorphage Lock can fuck people. Like, obviously Gamma Seal's a hard out to it. Board wipes like Dark Hole Regeki, Slumber, all of these things that we kind of come to know and love in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That really tend to spoil us. We have access to them in amazing strides. So, but I think 27 is an appropriate number. It might be 24, 25 because of ABCs and Paleo still being a motherfucker for this format. But I think I'm shooting in the right direction. I also wouldn't be surprised if we see the ABC Zoodiac show up, meaning Brilliant Fusion and things like that. We might have some spicy shit with DCS this weekend, but we'll kind of have to wait and see. We still have diversity in our format before Konami destroys everything on the next ban list. You guys are complaining about your diversity now because we all want a ban list, but wait until we lose all of the other decks and it's just Zoo. It only gets so much worse. So enjoy your decent format while you can, because we all know that the old things are going to die soon. So QQ with me, guys. So yeah, guys, everyone going to Seattle this weekend. I won't be there. I hope you guys have a good event, please. Stay safe. Don't go out trading on the floor. I don't want to hear about all the people getting banned on Facebook. It's going to happen either way. And I'm sorry for the people that are going to get their shit stolen in advance, because, they always give this stuff speech before events. It's one of the things I've come to pretty much memorize over time, but, someone else values your stuff more than you value your stuff. So just remember that if you're going to Seattle. Yeah, guys, please check me out. Patreon down below. Let's get a fucking pink shirt. Barney signing out, guys. Remember, best of luck in Seattle, Duelist. That's not all, folks. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my Cardfight Vanguard channel, VanCole40. You guys will get an insight on our playtesting sessions. And please check out the Zoodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. That way you guys can follow the House of Champions and MCole40 interactions. Please check out MCole Games for all of your guys' trading card game needs. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please check out my Patreon in the description. Every bit helps to the creation of these videos. One step at a time in improvement, and that's the goal of this channel. Alright guys, have a good time, and thanks for watching.